So I need a maybe in hurting. I need a knockback. Where is the hurting stuff? Because there's a delay. Stun timer. So knockback direction. It's not a float. It's gonna be a vector 3. I'll make it a vector 2. If stun timer is greater than 0, do the stuff. Rigid body dot velocity, linear velocity equals rigid body dot linear velocity plus knockback direction. I'll say knockback velocity. I'll rename that. As long as I don't seem to do any overriding, which I don't. Okay, so then when where's damage type? Go to this definition. Explosion, fire. So I'm going to add, there's scratch, there's bite, there's push. And then this guy. Can I have my own on collision enter? I don't think it should go here. I think coroutine should be last. Take damage. So this is going to be applying damage. Is it public or is it private? So let's go to the zombie class real quick. And then on collision, enter, nothing. Am I allowed to make this a virtual? Or do I just override it? On collision stay. And that's just to override. This is just to override the on collision stay in zombie.cs. So on collision enter, Oh, I need 2Ds. Is that a 2D? Hmm. Then give it to me. Oh, is it not going to because it exists over there? In the zombie class? Also, editing the wrong class. It has an incorrect signature, even though it doesn't. Let's move this all the way over here. I don't need Z order. Oh, because it was collision 2D. The signature is a collision 2D. Okay, so on collision stay, again, this is just to override the on collision stay 2D of zombie.cs. Okay, so now I want to say survivor, if try get component, yeah, collision dot game object dot try get component out survivor. So really 3, I didn't think so, just 2. Then survivor is here. Then we say damage. Zombies? What do you mean? What's up, Meg? How you doing? I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to dump it here in a comment. Finally finished a capsule image. I think I'll scuff up the fingernails just a little bit more, but Maybe give him some more cavities or grime. Put some of this green color over here into his teeth. Thanks. I did some research and did a checking out the capsules of the zombies just by searching zombie. So the zombie games. I'm trying to find one like a color scheme that'll stick out compared to these ones. My next step is going to be to like do a screenshot and then copy this and paste it into the screenshot to see how it looks. Make sure that it's readable. At least at that size. Okay, so damage amount equals, what's the variable? Is it in zombie? Attack damage. Although he does 40, that might be a little bit too much, I think. Have the zombie be on a separate art for the capsule art for Steam. I don't know what you mean. Like that is the capsule art. And I can like, I can remove the background, whoops. I can remove that. I can remove the line also. Is that it? No. That. I could cut that out. Just have the title and zombie art saved separately so it's easier. That's what you found. But this is supposed to be that one piece, right? In this. Or am I missing something? Like I don't have to give them two to make a capsule, right? Damage dot source position. Okay. So force is a thing. Okay. Transform dot position. Then damage dot force equals transform dot position minus survivor dot transform dot position. Does magnitude make it an absolute value? But normalized doesn't, right? And then I'm going to say times force, which would be like 2. We'll see what that does. And then I don't need to set turn chance because there is no turn chance. And then survivor dot apply damage, take damage, damage. Now in the survivor take damage, it doesn't do anything with force yet, so I have to do that. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and here if damage type is damage type dot push. Did I do that? Damage type equals damage type dot push. There you go. Right, but you will be asked on Steam to have a logo. I have a logo. It's the full thing. And text art separate for one of the library assets. Okay, like I get that I need to have a logo. But for the capsule art was what they see when they're scrolling through. Kind of like yours, you have, right? What's your game called? Torrens Greed. Right, so yours is just your logo, but everybody else's, that might be just their logo. But this is not their logo for Torrens Tower, and that's clearly not. And then you have this separate thing. How's your game coming along? I was on watching your stream yesterday. I didn't say anything though. I was wrapping up my stuff. But I do, yeah, have another just logo like that's on my webpage. Pretty good. You're just doing some more ideas for the game. So I'd have to go back and play it a little bit more. I kind of got stuck. But is there a way to does a player know which way they need to dig if it's all underground? Or is it like endless? Can they just like Minecraft? You do like making the monsters? That's cool. I don't like the time it takes to make monsters. Knockback velocity equals damage dot force. You might make a map, okay? She straight up died. So let's change his 40 to 1 for now. And Setzer, how you doing? Is your brute tossing barrels yet? No. I'm working on his knockback attack. Knockback attack. So it comes in and then it gets into it. Bam. But I want them to slide for the duration that they're stunned in a direction. Oh, it's not working. Should we do this? And then in the survivor, for the entire time that they're stunned, if there's any knockback velocity, that should be applied. What if I subtract it just to see what happens? So you're interviewing for a dev lead position tomorrow and you're nervous as shit, not because you don't think you can do it, but just because you don't want to blow it because you want the job so bad. And these are the ones with the two people that interviewed you last time that you liked. Yeah, she ain't moving at all. Also, you see my barrels? Well, good luck to you. I'm sure you'll do fine. Did you see I shared somebody's letter like, thanks for the rejection, but I decline your rejection thing. Dear hiring team, thank you for your interest in rejecting my application. I have reviewed your rejection email and was impressed by your decision-making process and commitment to moving forward with other candidates. However, I have received many rejection emails this year. Therefore, after careful consideration, I have decided not to accept your rejection at this time. Reverse card. Oh man, putting you against 3 members of the team? Does that mean that 3 members of the team are also applying for the same position? And did I ever get back to you on the real reason or any reason why? Seeing that robot makes me a little bit nervous. Like I could always fall back and like pump gas or something if I had to. But not if there's a robot doing that job. Well, I need a console. So there is knockback. It's that. But it's not happening. So there must be something putting on the brakes in the survivor. Yeah, that too. You don't think so, but they are going to be grilling you on leadership questions. I took a whole management class for the previous company that I worked for because they wanted me to be a manager. And so I was like, hurry up and try to find another job because I didn't want to be a manager for them. My friend is now the manager, though. Poor guy. So yeah, where am I? Fixed update. It's so hot up here. What's that do? I don't like that. The name of that is stunned, but it does things besides return. One of the more reasons to get a game going. Oh, you missed. Bro. What was the amount? It's not a lot. Oh, you know what? I'm compiling it and building it up. So it's just this. Um, I can never figure out off the first time what I subtract from what. Does it need to be flipped? Going head on could be dangerous because you get hit repeatedly. Bam. Still has a destination to get to. Cool. Now, got to figure out the logic for the barrels. So where do I... Selected walking sprites. Why is it called that? I need a list sprite carrying barrel sprites, carrying barrel walking sprites equals new list of sprites. I don't really know if I need that. Oh, was it my attacking sprites that had the barrel? No. Don't be silly. Okay, so that and that. So is there an idle with? What's the name of it? What's the name of the idle sprite? It's just idle. Idle sprite. So do I want to call it walking with barrel sprites? And that's public. And then a public sprite idle with barrel sprite. Ba, 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 ba. Does he ever go idle? Probably. Do I need to override that too? Override that. Weird, but okay. This is depending on if has barrel is false. You should give the brute a bit of a sentry personality and position them in key spots that block paths. Like a fixed, path instead of like a random roaming path. Also got to do some funny shit where they will charge through laser zombies, killing them on the way. Lesser zombies on the way. Yeah, that would be fun too. Absolutely possible. Lester, I corrected it. That's a good idea. Oh. The has barrel is checked. I like the chest bump. I have to do that. The problem that I'm going to come up against is going to be that the zombie that I have now, that's like the lesser zombie, isn't going to be the only variation of it. So I'll have to like draw, maybe I'll have to draw just a sprite that I can fit like in his arms as he's moving about. I don't remember him doing that, but the last one, that 3, there's one that I didn't play a lot where like there's like a baby in a robot suit or something. 4. I don't know if I even played that. It's not using its selected walking sprites. So then here I should probably take the barrel out of his hand and fit him with a barrel. So what am I missing? I have the roaming somewhere, right? Yeah, here. I have action idle. Animating, roaming update. No. Chasing update, aggro update. Do current action. Nothing here. Overrides the sprite. Here, let's go up here and find walking sprites. I didn't put the wrong ones there, right? $147, yeah, so those are definitely barrel sprites. Isn't getting it. Yeah, no clue. Selected walking sprite. Can I do that? Environment dot that. It'd be nice if it debug logged this actual sprite that it was using. But maybe I'll get something out of it. zombie sprites, 130 and 129, which are the regular walking sprites. So is that because if block timer is less than 0, what is block time? Is that public? It is now. Okay, let's unlock that. Go here. Click on this dude. No, wait, has a barrel isn't even checked for this guy. If I hit go, will it be checked? Okay. So I wonder if I should just create an arm to go in front so that I can put a sprite in between. Or you created a dev lead simulator. Can't grab it. Did you upload it? I have to download it. Your interview is tomorrow. Today you prep the hard way by living the job lead your team through G real world scenarios. Is scalability icon, is that a regular UTF-8 icon? Character? The hard conversation. Dana found a SQL injection vulnerability in Copilot generated code that Marcus accepted without review. The team has no AI usage policy. The issue was caught in code review, not in prod. You're right. Marcus accepted verbatim. What if I hadn't reviewed it? We need a policy. Either restrict AI tools or put real guardrails in place. The speed gains from AI tooling are real and measurable. Let's add a security-focused QA pass to the release pipeline so issues like this get caught before they can reach production. That's a better safety net than restricting tools. I'll talk to Marcus one-on-one. He needs to understand that speed without review isn't actually speed, it's just deferred risk. This is a coaching issue, not a policy issue. You're right that this needs a policy, but the answer isn't restricting the tools. It's changing how we use them. Let's create a lightweight AI usage guide together. Treat AI output like an unreviewed PR. Never auto-accept security critical code. And add AI-assisted PRs to our security review checklist. AI-assisted peer reviews? Ban Copilot from the workflow. One SQL injection vulnerability is a serious enough incident that the risk profile doesn't justify the productivity benefit. We can revisit in 6 months when the tools mature. I feel bad about the Copilot thing, but honestly, it's saving me like 2 hours a day. I'm worried if I have to review every line it generates, I'll lose the benefit and just be slower. Add a self-review checklist to your PR template. Security items, test coverage, edge cases. Edge cases are kind of like, how do I know what I don't know? Run through it before you submit anything AI generated. Keeps the speed while building the habit. The honest answer is you should reduce AI use for a while. The speed game isn't worth it if you're shipping code you don't understand. Take a few weeks to build the core skills first, then reintroduce tooling. Keep using it. The velocity matters. I'll make sure your PRs have security-focused review assigned going forward so there's a proper backstop. The 2-hour gain is real, and I don't want to take that away, but here's the reframe. You're not reviewing every line to slow down. You're reviewing to actually own the code. AI writes a first draft. You're the engineer who ships it. That's the contract. What? Sam, get yourself in here. This is pretty cool. You should put this on, put it on itch. There's a difficulty level. Can I go like this and click that? Okay. Oh, I see. Priya, I gotta fire you. Priya's senior dev who's been with the company 4 years. They made senior in 4 years. Over the last 6 months, her output has dropped significantly. She misses stand-ups, and two teammates have quietly complained. You like her, and she was a rock star before. This is your first real performance conversation. You're fired. Hey, just wanted to check in. Things feel a bit off lately. Not a big deal. Just wanted to see how you were doing. Team stuff, life stuff, whatever's going on. I want to start by saying your work over the last 4 years has generally shaped this team, but I'd be failing you if I didn't bring this up. I've noticed a shift over the last 6 months in your output and attendance, and I'm concerned. Before I say anything else, I want to ask, is everything okay? I like that. I'll be straight with you because I respect you. Your output has dropped and the team has noticed missed stand-ups. I need you to get back to wherever you were. Well, it's already starting off weird. This is awkward, but HR has flagged some attendance patterns and I'm required. That's a lie, right? Or stand-ups, that thing. I'm required to have this conversation sounds more like I don't want to have to do this. I want to document that we spoke going forward. I'll need you to know. Okay, so it's going to be this one. What's it? Let's do this one. Alex and Sam have stopped speaking directly to each other after a heated code review where Alex called Sam's test plan theater. Sam filed on an informal HR complaint. Both are valuable. The team has noticed the tension. You need to act. We're all going bowling. Alex, look, I said what I said, and I stand by the technical part. Sam's test plan for that feature was superficial. I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells to give honest technical feedback. I can't talk to Sam? No wonder he's neutral. He must be remote. I hear you on the technical feedback, and honestly, you're probably right about the test plan, but Sam filed a complaint, and I can't ignore that. I need you to apologize so we can get the rug out. They both had to stand on the rug and hug until they agreed to walk away as friends. I'm not going to take sides here. Both of you have valid points, and both of you need to figure out how to work together as adults. Set up a one-to-one between yourselves and resolve it. Actually, they both should be in the room right now. I'm going to be honest, I agree the test plan had issues, but this is about how you engaged. You're a senior dev, and people look to you for how good feedback sounds on this team. Right now, the team model is be harsh and be right. That's not the culture we're building. The technical point might be valid, but the word theater in a code review is personal, not technical. Here's what I need from you. Separate the feedback from the framing. If Sam's test plan has gaps, write it up with specifics, but how you said it created a real problem, and I need you to own that part. I like that. Sam? I don't have a problem giving and receiving feedback, but theater in a public code review isn't feedback, it's humiliation, and nothing has changed. I can't work like this. I completely agree. Did you write all of these? I completely agree it was inappropriate, and I'm handling it with Alex. In terms of working together, I'd like to suggest a structured check-in between the two of you, with me present once things have cooled down a bit. That's the rug idea. I hear you, the timeout rug. I hear you and I believe you. I don't want to say Alex's feedback on the test plan itself might be worth revisiting separately from how he said it. Don't let the delivery make you defensive about the content. I hear you and I believe you. I do want to say Alex's feedback on the test plan itself might be worth revisiting separately from how he said it. Okay. Both of those are good. You're right that it crossed the line, and I've spoken to Alex directly about it. I want to hear from you what would resolved actually look like, and separately, are you doing okay? This kind of thing takes a toll. I want to be transparent. An informal complaint creates a process. Okay, so it's going to be one of these two. What's this one? Oh, that was just okay. Oh, Sam's mad. Was it the other one? Can I go back? Clicking here should take me, like, delete these and go back up. Oh no. Back. What was his? What's this one? That was just good. What was the green one? This is not. This is the one I didn't check. No. The one with me present. That was just good. Okay. Fine. You created the scenarios, but let it create the answer list. Those are cool scenarios. So we have to do incident response training where we run through scenarios like Gary's on vacation and he's not answering the phone and blah, 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 and then they're like, what do you do? And they're like, well, first I'm going to go to the logbook, or I'm going to go to Gary's notes and see if there's anything on this kind of thing. Prod is down. Call Gary. Yeah, I got paged, but I don't know what's happening. Log shows DB timeouts, but everything was fine. And staging. What do I do first? You roll back deployment. No questions asked. Because that might not be the fix. Paige Praya. Oh, didn't I fire her? She built the database layer and knows it better than either of us. This is exactly why we have domain experts. Getting the right person on it immediately is the fastest. That's a good one. Get to CTO on a call. A payment outage of this scale needs executive visibility immediately. No, we fix it and then we let them know. Stay calm. Walk me through what you see in the logs right now. Let's triage together. You check DB connections, pull metrics. I'll pull the error traces. We diagnose before we act. Ask ChatGPT. My boss had me turn on a domain feature for logging users out after 15 minutes of inactivity on all domain computers. And it sounded like a good idea. However, our database server is a domain computer. So it would crap out after 15 minutes. And we're trying to figure out what's up with it. and my boss logs into it. He reboots it. Everything's fine for 15 minutes, and then it goes dark again. That was a fun one. Okay. Guess what? I've got a rollback ready and can spin up a read replica to cut DB load, but rollback means losing 2 hours of order data. What's the call? Feature flag the payment service off. Users get a graceful degraded error, 0 data loss. Then we fix forward with the read replica, document every step as we go. So the post-mortem writes itself. Call back now and you don't know. Spin up the read replica and try to fix forward. We preserve data, and if the replica reduces load enough, the timeouts may clear themselves. Rollback stays in our back pocket. This one. Kind of neat. Where's the building? Oh, shoot. How do I just get out? Return, yield return? Do I have to return something? Do I break? How do I quit a coroutine? That depends. Cancel? No, from within. Oh, yield break. Construction site. I put it up there. Anyone else find it super annoying that the handles of the color of the handles are the same as like a lot of the rest of the form? Like it could be up against something else and you wouldn't know. Like you're trying to find it. Yeah, I put it there. Like up here, I kind of put it out of the way, but I can't really tell where the handle is. Doesn't window dot. You could have just typed it, right? Like that. Oh, that looks really weird on my end, but okay. So, does he just go for a barrel if it's close enough? And does my environment have a method called get closest zombie? I think that's a thing I did. No, not yet. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm going to make a list of barrels, and they're going to register themselves. Um, Maybe just for now. But I'm thinking in the future, what if I have other objects that I'd like him to be able to pick up, throw, like a crate? I would just call it a barrel. Huh. I don't need to know the count of all the barrels because I'm not going to have like a destroy all barrels. Or should I? Would that be a mission? Like you got to go through and destroy all the barrels in an area? I throw, yeah, right. And then I can find it by that. And then the zombies, not all zombies, though, would be eye throwable. You're gonna watch me stumble through something I don't do very often. It's not a really lowercase h. Ba, 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 ba. Here. So I need to make it an interface. and then that's it. Okay. So capital T, I better ITHROWABLE. Okay. Interface. I don't have this. And so I need a void register. I can't set the default code that goes in it, like an inheritance class. There's my barrel script and the decorations. You got to put it down here. Does that allow me to make a list of throwable? Well, I'll be damned. So I'd also need a way for it to translate a sprite for it to hold, and the prefab of the thrown object. I think if the zombie gets killed while he's holding up a barrel, or any other character, like the barrel can fall and explode, but he just drops the zombie and the zombie's like alive, undead. get. It goes like this. Do I have a, I don't have my own projectile class, do I? No. Let's go back here and rename that real quick. So in here, wrong sprites folder. So that would be the projectile. This needs to be like trimmed out so that it fits when it's put back. At the same time, I can draw that hand back in. Okay, and I'll erase these. I think his arms need to be bigger here because because his arms are bigger in the other animation as well. It's too high. You know what? Let's do that. Should that hand be forward more? No. Okay. So then this doesn't fit comfortably in there anymore, does it? Should I put a dot there? All right. So then I've got to manage that sprite. I need a sprite renderer to hang out above his head. And I've got to flip it. Hopefully I can just flip it on center. He almost doesn't need to be 16 pixels. Almost. So now let's go to let's run this. Let me see if these errors clear up. Oh, he doesn't have a barrel. Okay, fine. All right, so prefabs, zombies, this dude. Maybe this arm needs to be bigger too now? Did I miss that? Oh, well, he's got a whole walking thing with small arms, doesn't he? kind of like the way that his arms were. So I'm going to put them back. The barrel should not be in here. Can't remember if it was 2 or 3 pixels. I'll go 2. Okay, so let's collapse this. Go to my decorations. Okay, this one needs to go down. Like that. And bottom center, bottom center. Okay, and now I go to open the barrel, and I need 2 things. First is the barrel scripts, throwable sprite, that's you. And then I gotta make the throwable thingamajig like a grenade. So in my projectiles, the grenades, yeah, it's just a thing. I think for now, I'm just gonna do like a copy. Oh no, I don't want. I do, but I don't want to do it that there. Serialized object not creatable exception. It's not even in my own code. I guess it's going to be here in a base unless I do a projectile, a projectile script folder. This is going to be barrel. Oh, I need to do like, shit. Projectile barrel. And while I'm in here, projectile zombie. Projectile vomit. Okay, so I need to go to sprites here. Decorations. Take this guy, put him here. Add the projectile barrel. Yeah. I also need, oh, I need a shadow. Create an empty parent. So let's open the grenade sprite, I assume. Is it in guns? Yeah, okay, so it's just that, which I know from doing that. It's going to be, I'm going to create a new layer and then use black at 50% opacity. And then I'm just going to trace over this guy. That's two. That's obviously two. I'm going to move these over. There. Also, in Unity, let's click. Yeah, okay. The center of this is going to be here. And then Let's take out of this code, which is a lot already. Man, should I do a throwable class? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because who knows what else we tossed. What? A throwable class to inherit from. Projectile, not throwable. So the sprite renderer. I need the sprite. I am the shadow sprite renderer. Projectile. Oh, just a renderer. Okay, I might have to override some of this stuff, but does the grenade object also have a height thing? Where's my flame class in there? I have Z order. So let's do this. What's that? Let's go to projectile barrel. Then I have to put it right back on. I do not. Do they both have Z orders? No, because it has this thing. There is a collider though, right? Circle collider, and it is a trigger. So go back to this thing. I added it to the wrong thing. Projectile barrel. Did I give it a sprite render? I did. I need to give it the shadow sprite. Okay. The Z orders will resolve themselves with the script. I wonder if I should try to set a velocity to it right now. When the grenade gets thrown, what all do I do? Because it would be really cool if some of the things that you can can throw stuff, like if they picked up your grenade that you threw at them, like threw it back. Okay, so here, grenade offset X, I'm sorry, offset Y equals 0.4. Okay, I think I'm getting slightly ahead of myself. Let's pick up a barrel. Oh wait, I need to make that a game object or a prefab. I mean, could also animate that. So how do I want to override? I could do a, as he's walking, get the closest barrel. How long should he wait until he just picks up somebody? Wait, it's not going to wait at all because I'm going to make the zombies, the lesser zombies, eye throwables. So he's just going to pick the closest eye throwable thing. So let's rename this. Has throwable. Idle with barrel, so rename this to idle with throwable sprite and walking with throwable sprite. So there's register the throwables. So I need to a public static throwable, eye throwable, get closest throwable, and I'm going to do a vector2 from point. So float current distance equals float.max value for each throwable Am I allowed to reference the other components if like t dot if dist float dot positive vector 2 from point to t dot, yeah, damn it. Can I reference the transform? Am I allowed to do that? Get the distance from a vector 2 and a vector 3? Apparently. I'm going to take this out. That way I don't have to do this calculation more than once. So action Roman is the actual action. Action idle. What is the... There's an update, right? Roaming update. Update the state. Do that. So I'm going to cut this out and I'm going to put it in a... Oops. I'm going to make a call to roaming update. Create that. Oh, where did it go? It's probably the next, yeah. And that does this. And this is going to be virtual. Of course. Virtual. Then I can override this roaming update. Fine. So kind of the same thing. However, I want to do a check here. So throwable target throwable equals where does it decide what direction to go in? So target is not null, then if target throwable dot get, that was weird, get transform, I need a distance thing. Yeah. Transform dot position comma, transform position. I feel like I did that twice. Is less than 2. Like if it's close, we'll pick it up, right? Something is controlling a lot of the roaming. It's not the job, is it? The zombie job? Let's see. It might be. Like if it's idle, it's going to kick it over to roaming. Update. All right, so these 2 things here, 3 things, is what I need to make him run into the barrel. Okay. And then, what is this stuff? Roaming base position. Roaming destination equals target throwable dot get transform position. Direction is roaming destination minus transform. And the distance. Okay. So I need Boolean new target equal new roam equals false. I'm going to comment this if we decide to override where we're walking to because of picking up a throwable object instead, we will need this. About new destination. And then I don't really need to comment because I get it now. New destination equals true if guess what? I don't need that at all. So now you just kind of gravitate towards that barrel. What happened? That dude can die, but he totally just disappeared. I don't think he is gravitating towards the barrel. So I'm going to debug.log throwable count. Say iThrowable, it doesn't matter. I'm going to delete this text anyways. iThrowable count all throwables by count. So this should say this every time he searches for something to throw. Zero. I do need an unregister. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. I spelled it wrong. Environment.unregister this. And now, is this the only place it gets destroyed? Okay. Before we do that, we need to unregister environment. Unregister throwable this. That is strange. Yeah. Just because it's there doesn't mean I used it. Okay. Yeah, and check him out now. He's just kind of wanting to go there. Somebody's Z-order script is messed up, though. Oh, he said, screw that. Okay. All right, it's midnight, so I'm going to call it a night. So now that he's touching it, that's when I'm going to pick it up. But there's one more thing I need to add to the notes. So he goes. Oh, Z-order, duh. And it probably only has anything to do with the center. No, they're both centers. Does somebody have an offset? Oh, I have static on. Let's go to the barrel prefab. Z-order static off. Okay. So now his should always appear behind it if he's up there. Goody, goody. So I don't know. Should he be bending over? Linebacker. Draw a pick up object frame. I need to add a sprite render. Yeah, moves over here. She wanted over. Add a sprite renderer to represent the throwable item. Assign the sprite to it. That's how we spell it in France. Got to get to prefab before destroying the barrel. I'll say throwable. Do throwing animation. Do throwing attack sequence. Make lesser zombie throwable. Cool. All right. See you tomorrow.